Hi there. I'm going to take you through the new Poly quote on demand tool. We call it PQOD. So it has been updated. So now what's different is you can now quote pretty much everything that Poly makes on one quote. So one quoting tool for headsets, for phones, for video, for infrastructure, everything. So that's a nice bonus. So to get access to the system, you have to request access to it. So even if you had access to our old previous quoting tool, you're going to need to go through this because you'll need new credentials because it's a new system. So you get access and you access to it. In both cases, you do that from our partner portal. So partners.poly.com. So go there. And if you don't already have an account on our partner portal, it'll walk you through creating one. Once you have access to our partner portal, you can go to under sales and marketing and go to Poly Quotes on Demand. So from here, you can request access to PQOD. So if you see right here, it says request PQOD access. So you'll click that to request that access. And once you have your credentials, then you can come back to the same spot anytime you need to create a new quote and just say access PQOD. So once you click that, you'll end up here. So it'll look like this, and this is the quote tool. So from this one tool, I can create a quote with headsets, with video, with phones, all this stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and create one with this Poly Studio X50 and a TC8 touch control, very common config. So I'll say add products. So you come here and say configure, add products. And this will come up and it'll give me different group categories. So I'm going to say video systems. And for the Studio X, that's a video endpoint. So I'm going to choose that category. I see all the various options here. I see the Poly Studio X50. So I'll select that. And then on the right, you see there's various options for different bundle choices. So, you know, we do offer Studio X's that are pre-configured for Zoom or pre-configured for Teams. No need to really do that. I'm just going to choose the regular one, the Poly Studio X50. So I see that and I see various bundle options here. So just click this on the right. And this looks like an error, but it's really just a warning letting me know that I'm not done configuring this. So it'll have me choose an actual bundle. So I'm going to choose the one that has the touch control with it. So X50 with TC8. So I'll select that. And, you know, it gives me, by default, it will have a support contract on there and our super low cost remote implementation. You know, it's a $350 MSRP implementation. So I definitely recommend having that on there to make sure everything goes smooth. So some other options here, I don't really need any of these add-ons. Touch controls already in the bundle I chose. So maybe I'll just add on this optional VISA mount. So I'll add that on there under the quote. And, you know, by default, it's using our premier support contract. That's our typical, most popular one, you know, like 8 to 5 p.m. support, tech support with advanced replacement. But we do offer other options, right? So we have an Advantage service, which takes that up to a 24/7 support. And we have other options that are lower cost, such as if you click on a la carte, I can get an option that's tech support only or hardware replacement only. And those are lower cost options. But I'm just going to say traditional care in this case, and I'm going to say add to quote. So this is quite simple. So now I have a quote for a Poly Studio X50 with the TC8 touch control and the add-on VISA mount. So that's in there, but let's say this customer maybe wants to add some headsets. So on the same quote, I can come back here and say add products, configure, and this time I'll choose from the categories here, I'll say headsets. And maybe I want to choose the new work from home kits where it's a P5 webcam that comes with a headset. So I'll select that. And on the right, you know, here's my various bundle options I can choose from. I'm going to choose the one that has the Voyager headset. So I'll choose that. I'll click this little box and I'm going to say add to quote. So now I have one quote that has the Poly X50, the touch control, and it has a headset. So I'm going to take it one step further, and I'm going to add a phone. So I'll say add products again. This time I'll say voice systems, and I'll choose IP conference phones, and I'll see this. Here's the Poly Trio, and I'll select the Trio C60, which is the latest and greatest. So I'll click that box on the right. You always have to click the box. It gives you what looks like an error, but it's really just a warning letting me know I haven't finished configuring choosing a bundle. So in this case, I'll choose the Teams, the one that comes pre-configured for Teams. And, just like before, I have different support options. I'm just going to use the standard Premier support in this case, but, maybe this customer has a big room and they need an expansion mic kit for it. So those options like the power kit, if they don't have power over Ethernet, and expansion microphone, they show up here. So I'll go ahead and add both of those as sort of add-on options. And I will say add to quote. So now I have one quote that has headsets, has phones, and it has video all in one quote. So maybe I'm done with this quote and I want to actually, save it. So I can save it here. And then if I want to then export it into a Excel, I just say export line items, and it opened up and it gave me this, it built the quote for me. So I have a quote now and it's got everything in it. One thing is that it really has too much stuff in it. So there's all these extra fields and stuff like that. So just know that if you don't like all that extra stuff, you can come here under view to manage columns, and you can decide, what fields you want to show up or not, just pull them all out except for the ones that you want. So I'll say save. So if I export it again, this one will have less fields. It'll just have the ones I need. So that's it. So great new tool. PQOD is what we call it, Poly Quotes on Demand. It's a CPQ, and you as a partner have access to this tool. We highly recommend you use it to build quotes, whether they're final quotes with your own partner pricing in it, or if they are just bombs, MSRP bombs you're putting together just to, kind of work through an opportunity. So thanks a lot.